And I wanted to tell you about this thing called emotional deception, the atmosphere of it. You know how these days, Ed, they talk about red flags. That's something which you notice about a person. That should make you immediately be very careful and get away, cut them out, that kind of thing. And I had few people realize that there is a red flag so dangerous and so toxic that it can make a human fall ill, stay ill, that kind of thing. And this ad is often packaged as something comedic or funny or even cute or something that, young people do, that kind of stuff. It's disguised. And Ed, that is the acceptance or the habit. A habit is acceptance, Ed, of deceiving people into thinking that you like them. It's often presented, Ed, as being nice to everybody. But let me tell you, Ed, it's emotional deception. It is emotional impurity. And it is something that is a disease. It literally ends up clogging the lymphatic system of a person. And I know this because I had this disease. I was brought up, taught that I should love everybody. And so, Ed, not only did I deceive others, I deceived my own self also into thinking I love all these people, all the 700 people in the church. Oh, I loved them, I loved everybody. And I showed love, which means I behaved like I loved everybody. And I swear that is a toxic thing, Ed, for a person personally to have. But let me tell you, Ed, it is toxic for those who interact with it as well. It is poisonous. And Ed, most humans, Ed, when they reach a certain age, they realize the value of purity, Ed, in friendship. Like, are you really my friend or not? Most humans, Ed, past the age of 25, they don't want to hang out with someone who's not really their friend, who doesn't really like them, who's not going to really be there for them. Most people don't want to hang out like that with friends of that sort. I forget lovers. But let me tell you, Ed, that the soulless, because they don't have any soul, Ed, they don't actually know what is real feeling, real friendship or real love. For them, those things that are based on how, the hormonal experiences they have with people. If they hang out with someone and they laugh a lot, they'll be like, oh, we are such good friends. Having an experience where you laugh a lot has no connection whatsoever with how you feel for somebody. And then, Ed, if they are with somebody, in the lift and they get turned on by his or her perfume or whatever, they'll start imagining they're in love with the person. That experience you had has got nothing to do with how you feel for somebody. And Ed, they are all right with having these feelings or throwing that they have these feelings with so many different entities, Ed. And that is that toxic atmosphere. And Ed, let's say when I was a child and I did not know any better, at least I wasn't willfully, Ed, deceiving anybody. You know what I mean? I wasn't willfully doing it. A lot of it was for survival, Ed, for my own survival there. And I have a grace covering, Ed. Every human, Ed, who falls into bad ways because of being around such people, they have a grace covering that's like protecting them, Ed, from being in that for life. But as soon, Ed, as they become accepting of that kind of paradigm, Ed, as soon as they start using that, which is what the soulless do, Ed, that's a different situation altogether. And a human will never do that, Ed, because a human doesn't want to be emotionally cruel to anybody. And it is cruelty, Ed, as making somebody fall ill, Ed, if you expose them to that kind of toxic atmosphere. And Ed, this is a red flag in an adult. If an adult, Ed, thinks that it is all right to deceive anybody, Ed, into thinking that they like them, you know, if they have like one person in a gray area zone here and one person in a gray area zone there, and they like one person and they don't like their enemy. You know what I mean? These emotional deceptions, Ed, about, hiding our true feelings. Ed, that atmosphere itself has to be avoided. Forget about friendship. Forget about hanging out with that person. That atmosphere is cancer causing, I swear. It is lymphatic system clogging. I can see in the energy field, Ed, lymphatic poisoning that people get from that toxic atmosphere.